Breaking news. I repeat, breaking news. I just got in word that Frieren has officially overtaken Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood as the #1 anime on my anime list. We have a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood fan with us on air today. Let's see what he thinks about the situation.
Frieren? You talking about that one weird fantasy anime with that elf as the main character? Okay, cool, it might be #1 for now, but I promise you, there's a whole group of us behind Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and we're gonna give it its rightful spot at #1 again.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. When I first saw Frieren rise to the top of my anime list, I was ready to dismiss it as I thought it was just another random crappy isekai with a cute elf girl that was being upvoted to make the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood fans upset. But upon further inspection, I genuinely couldn't have been more wrong. Frieren is an adventure anime where we follow along two separate journeys, picking up the pieces along the way, with one being in the past and one being in the present. But nothing could have prepared me for how immersive, refreshing, and just simply beautiful this anime was going to be, especially comparing it to the action-packed bloodbath that's been Jujutsu Kaisen. The best way I can describe Frieren is like replaying through your favorite story-based video game after you've already beaten it once. This anime might genuinely become like a modern-day masterpiece. Frieren is a story about an adventure of this elf called Frieren. Frieren has already been on this exact same adventure before with 3 other team members, so as you get further and further into the plot, you get to explore the pieces of the past adventures and also all the while, exploring the new adventure and getting to see the parallels and differences. It's honestly genius. If they had just focused on the single adventure, this would have low-key just been another basic rinse and repeated anime concept. Frieren has an insanely long lifespan, so the original 10-year long journey that she went on with Himmel, Heiter and Eisen only feels like a short business trip to Frieren. That's actually kind of crazy. Frieren really finished her journey to defeat the Demon King before GTA 6 came. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Within the first episode, the anime clearly sets out its first major theme: time. On one side of the spectrum, we have Frieren, who has no concept or value of time, and on the other side, we literally have everyone else who is running on limited time. We are continuously reminded about the concept of time in almost every episode through the shift in perspective and dialogue between the characters. Like in the first episode, at the end of the hero party's journey, we get to see the meteor shower that comes once every 50 years, and then out of nowhere, Frieren just says, "Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this view's kinda mid. I'll take you guys to this better spot next time."
Is this nigga serious?
Even though she made that ridiculous ass statement, 50 years later they meet up and we get to see the older version of Himmel, Heiter and Eisen. Yo, did everyone not get the same 50 years? Himmel low-key got done dirty. Like if you look at Heiter, he looks old but he looks alright. And then you look at Eisen hasn't really changed. They go to see a meteor shower and it almost symbolizes the closing of a chapter, because Himmel must have felt content with his life after that moment as he peacefully passes away. During the open ceremony, Frieren is stone-faced. For Frieren, this is probably like a common occurrence, having lived for thousands of years. But as we get to the private burial, Frieren begins to truly get hit by the scale of Himmel's death. Man, I bet he knew this guy. We literally spent like 1/1000th of my lifespan together. He's a human and I'm an elf, So as these questions flood Frieren's brain, she goes into a mental overload. She begins shedding tears and regrets the fact that she didn't get to know Himmel better. So as any gamer would do that felt unfulfilled beating a game, she starts up a new save file and goes again. She decides to retrace her footsteps and redo the entire journey, all for a chance to better understand her former party members and for a chance to speak to Himmel one last time in the afterlife. As we go on this journey, Frieren rebuilds a new party, meets old friends, makes new friends and fights old foes, but this time she's overpowered. Like, there was literally this one time where Frieren and Fern went to this town to fight this demon called Qual, who she and the hero party couldn't defeat 50 years ago and only managed to seal it. But 50 years had passed and Frieren had been grinding a lot of XP and improving her stats, because this time she literally one-shot her with its own spell. The best analogy I can find for this is during my Dark Souls playthrough, there's this tutorial demon called the Asylum Demon. Now you can either try to beat it with your shitty sword and like your bare hands and do like 2 damage a hit, or you can try to run past him, grab some better gear, and then you can easily like violate him afterwards. We eat those bro, light work. Oh my day. Oh my, am I dead? I've got it, okay, yo, bro, why is the boss so hard? This is the first boss. Okay, close in, slash. You did. I done it! I done it, bro. I died like 20 times to this nigga, bro. I swear I've done it. Let's go. Let's go. Little callbacks and parallels between the first journey and the second journey is what keeps me so immersed in the story. We get to see how Frieren has been growing both physically and mentally. So far in the anime, Frieren has acquired 3 new party members that include Fern, who is the apprentice of Heiter, Stark, who is the apprentice of Eisen, and Sein, who is a drunk, tobacco-addicted gambling degenerate. He's pretty cool though. He was spitting some real knowledge in the latest episode, and he's kind of been a W wingman for the homie Stark. Out of those 4, I think my current favorite is honestly Stark. He's just been way too real. Stark is what most of us would be if we were in his position. He's super strong but underestimates his own abilities, and he's scared of fighting strong monsters. I have to respect the fact that Stark is an honest guy, and he's learning to deal with his trauma and insecurities, as we the viewers get to slowly watch him become more confident over the time that he spends with the crew. Frieren's character development is greatly shown through these characters, and we continue to see such growth and even small things like buying birthday presents for Fern and remembering Stark's birthday. Things that might seem normal for us humans, but for an elf that has been around for thousands of years, celebrating a single year of someone else's life may seem pointless, but she does it anyway to show that she really cares about her companions. I think Frieren has a little bit for everyone. It has slice of life, mystery, romance, character development, and despite it not being at the forefront, the action in this show can't be overlooked. It kinda reminds me of Mushoku Tensei the way it switches from slice of life to beautiful action-packed scenes in a perfect fruition. Studio Madhouse has been responsible for some straight classics like Death Note, Hunter x Hunter, One Punch Man, and even No Game No Life. Just by that lineup alone, you can tell how talented and versatile their animation studio is, but it's kind of been forgotten in the recent years due to the demon that is Studio Mappa. Madhouse did an amazing job with Frieren. The animation and art style make me feel like I'm right there with them during their adventures. Just to get to the end of the episode to realize that I got 3 missing assignments, no fuel in my car, and a whole YouTube video to edit. Even the fight scenes have no right being this good or well choreographed for a fantasy anime. Stark and Fern against those demons had me on the edge of my seat as if I was watching a modern day battle shonen. Frieren has the perfect amount of boom boom kapoom moments in their anime. This fight made it feel like I was watching Fate, but then less than 1 episode later we get a full 180 to where we get to see Fern trying to buy a gift for Stark and just getting this wholesome slice of life type feeling. The message that Frieren has been pushing is something that I've been feeling for a long time in my life, and I've always caused conflicting thoughts. I just turned 20 years old and honestly I don't even feel that much different than I did 3 years ago. Sure, I've matured mentally and I got physically fitter, but deep down to the core I feel the same. After COVID stole 2 years of my life, I came to the realization that I was close to being an adult and I had to start taking my life more seriously. I became obsessed with wanting to retire my parents and trying to make money for the future. I had this mindset of sacrifice my time now and reap the rewards later. I still have this mindset, but as a kid, you always wish that you were older so that you could, have the freedom that you thought you would get. But as you get older, you slowly begin to realize that getting older doesn't grant you more freedom, and the opposite is actually more true. So just like Frieren, I came to the realization that I wish I savored those good old days of me and my boys just gaming on the couch, or me and my brother playing football till the sun went down, instead of rushing to grow up. You might be watching this right now and you might be in school or working, and you're constantly thinking, I just gotta get to Friday, Once I get to Friday, I can finally chill. But a wise man once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around once in a while, you could miss it. All I'm saying is try to find some joy in the little things in life, because before you know it, you're old. Live life to the fullest and have no regrets. Damn, that got kinda deep, I'm not gonna lie. I'm only 20, I need to chill with all the old talk. I'm gonna retire my parents though, but I'll enjoy the journey along the way instead of idolizing the destination. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe. Peace.